Yesterday, the Bank of Ghana, they said they had restricted, I don't know whether it's supply or allocation.
Have they restricted or they've cut it completely?
Okay, maybe
because they said they're not going to provide at all.
Okay, so by that missive or the notice, they've cut supply of forex to importers. But all of us know that that's the right step to take.
It is. Absolutely.
The question then is, did it have to take us 2 years for the government then to do that? For us to find the economy in the current state before we do that? Our import bill for food is over $2 billion US. If you want to do that, have you taken cognizance of the demand end? Because if we don't have a lot of growth or development in agriculture or the supply of food in Ghana before you cut supplies of imports, then it also means that we're going to have shortages, and that also is going to increase the price of food. It's basic economics. So while I don't sit here to say that I know it, we know that when we speak to Charles Nyaba, Anthony Morrison of the agribusiness, the Chamber of Agribusiness community, we have Kaiwe, and even some of the ordinary farmers, they keep asking you that you promised us that you provide supplies of fertilizers. You even reduced the subsidies to just 15%. And then there were other services that were needed, extension services. And then you even needed to pump a lot of money into their production. Because then you also provide means by which they can offtake. So from the farm gate, you know that the government chest or the government buffer stock company is buying directly from the farmers. It's not when they are going to produce and keep it somewhere on the farm, and then they have to compete with imported rice or imported products. That is at the heart of the conversation. So while you restrict forests to these importers, how do we make sure that on the production side, taking cognizance of the cycle at which we produce within a year, we have enough for, let's say, December, the first quarter of the year? Have we produced enough for the next 6 months? And I think that is a big question that sometimes when these policy measures are taken, we need to be told that, oh, this is what has been done. 10,000 farmers have been supplied seedlings. Maybe those seedlings will grow within a 1 month period. I don't know how that could be possible for some produce or the ones that we tend to consume a lot. So it's a good initiative, but it has to be done within the right context. I don't know what you think about it.
I think same, especially because if we're reading around and trying to understand how some of these policies were implemented in certain countries and how it failed to a certain extent, then we should not be repeating these mistakes. And I'll use Nigeria as an example. Back in 2018, when they announced their intention to ban the imports of rice, there were a lot of analysts who came out and said, I'm sorry, but if you have not invested heavily in rice farmers in the country to ensure that they can produce rice for the growing numbers, then this is not going to work. Years down the line, there's an issue of smuggling of rice into the country because they still have not been able to hit the target as they expected. So I would have wished that we'll learn from some of these people, because then, like you said, have we started investing in local farmers? They're still complaining about the high cost of fertilizers in the country. We even said we're going to subsidize it, but there was a time when they could not even get those fertilizers in the first place. There are rice farmers who are going to Nigeria to even go and grow rice, and these are our very own people. We have not stemmed that problem yet. And so if we say we're banning the provision of FX to these people, are you telling them that it's okay? Are you banning it completely? Because they're still going to find a way to import it. That means that they'll probably get money from other places to invest into the business. Does it stop the problem? Does it prevent us from importing? I don't think so. I really don't think so.
So while the policy measure is commendable, then we also have to begin. Yes, we also have to begin to then do the education to the general public that, look, maybe we have this so and so supply or production from the local market. The imports should have been at this time, but because of the car, we're estimating that we will reduce the importation in the next month or two at this rate. And so you have to find better substitutes for what your taste is. Which what we've always advocated for has been what is being done. But it has to be done knowing that it's like when somebody is a drug addict is fixated on a certain drug and
See,
you're
I'm just
you're
cussing.
restricting
Yeah.
that person in a rehab from taking that drug, you have to
Doesn't work.
keep reducing the dose.
Exactly.
You
You
reduce
don't just
the
cut
dose
off completely like that.
exactly. Then you
Exactly.
provide some other antidote so that that person is wind of the drug.
True.
You know. So
True.
when you do that, then we all appreciate the policy, and we also tend to heap a lot of praises for you. It could have been done. Maybe we could have started 5 years ago, 4 years ago. It's
Gradually.
yeah,
We should
but
have done it
it's never
gradually.
too late in the day. But
Let's
we have
see
to
how
put
this
it
goes.
into perspective.
Let's see how this
Yeah.
goes. Anyway, we'll be right back. This is TV3.